So, Hutchie, can you just walk me through this week of when Rylan is going to be called out and when you know that it's going to be you in net? How did you mentally prepare for tonight?
I meant to prepare the same way I would any other game. It's just another game at this point. Obviously, you never want to see a teammate get hurt, um, but that's our dressing room. It's a what's next mentality, and I just happened to be that next man up, and I went out there and I gave the team my honest effort, and that's all they could ask for.
This has really put a lot of stock this offseason in trying to get their offense better, and they went through some pretty solid spots throughout this game, but how were you able to respond when it was back and forth, or maybe they went on a 2-goal run to make sure that it didn't get out of hand?
Good team. They did retool. Everybody retooled this year, but our mentality is just to take it one shift at a time, one quarter at a time, and I think that's what we did. They scored 2 or 3 goals in a row. We just take a deep breath and we focus on what's next, right? We can't change the past, and that's kind of our mentality, and that's how we approached it. They're going to score goals. Lacrosse is a game of runs, and it's going to happen that way, and they're going to score 2, 3, but it's kind of keeping us level-headed back there. Coatsy does a great job with keeping us level-headed, so it's kind of our mentality is what's next. Just focus on the next play.
You guys were able to retool this offseason was defensively. How did they make things easier for you tonight?
Dano did a great job in the off-season getting us guys like Chad Tutton, Ian Lord, just guys who are veterans in this league, and they've been around it, and it makes a big difference. All right, we were typically young the past couple of years. You had 2 guys who know where to be in the right spots. It just makes your life as a goaltender a lot easier too. You're hold more accountable at the end of the day, and with those guys in the lineup, you know that they're going to give you the shots you want to see, and you're expected to make the stops, and that's kind of what happened there. So,
as a goalie, are you to feed off the crowd tonight? They were really engaged throughout that, especially in the fourth quarter. How were you able to maybe fuel that for yourself?
Our crowds are great, and you can just feel it in the building once we go on a little mini run, or we score 3 or 4, we make a big play offensively, defensively. Our crowd, we just build off of them. They are our 6th man. That's a big saying in sports. Your fans are your sixth man, and that's true here in Rochester. I played in Toronto for 4 or 5 years, and it doesn't compare. When we get on our little runs, it does play a big factor. Our fans are great here in Rochester.
Riley, how much did the experience of last year help you? Kind of just getting ready for this game, you find out in a couple days' notice, but you sort of went through that last season.
It's one of those things that last year's body of work kind of helped me be calm today. If I was thrown in there maybe last year, it might have been a different story, but I have confidence in myself. I had that body of work last year to build off of, and it was just kind of coming in today with the mindset of like I did last year, kind of giving it my best and pulling out the win for the boys.
This league, there's a lot of goals in the position you're in where guys are labeled as a starter and a backup, and I don't think people know what you are. Do you relish in that you can be a starting goaltender here if you need to every week?
Yeah. Everybody in this league is here for a reason. Every goalie is a starter or a backup for a reason. But I treat our room as 1, 2, and 3. We don't have a nameplate on our starter, backup, practice roster goalie. I think it's the what's next mentality. Rylan Hartley is one of the best goalies in this league, and I'll stand by that. So when he's going, I'm gonna support him, and he is the best teammate. Like, he's one of those guys that if I'm out there on the floor, he's the first one to come. Like today, he came at halftime, gave me a big pat on the back, said I'm doing great. So he's just a top-notch dude, and just our mentality in that dressing room is if we're called upon, we're going to do our job and give our teammates the best chance we're going to win. So,
is it easier to have that mentality when you have so many returnees? I mean, 16 guys from last year are back and playing tonight. I know that those additions were felt needed by the organization, but you're not looking at a group that you've known since training camp. You're looking at guys you've known for a couple of years.
Exactly. Chemistry is a big thing in this league, and coming to Rochester, I was nervous. I've never been a part of something as close as this group. This group is the closest team I've ever been a part of, and I think that speaks volumes to how we play out there, especially our offense, like how like gelled they are and how cohesive they are on the offensive side of things, and same thing on defense. If a ball goes in the net, we're just, what's next, right? Like there's never pointing fingers. We're just a big family in there, and I think that speaks volumes to how our locker room is.